Alright, so in this equation, I have x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. So my only variable in this equation is x. So that's the variable I'm going to be solving for. And now for my solution, I'm going to first start by rewriting my equation down here so I have more space. I have x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. And what I'm first going to do is take the power of 3 over 2 on both sides. So now I have x to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 3 over 2 is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. And now if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So x to the power of 2 over 3 to the power of 3 over 2 is the same thing as x to the power of 2 over 3 times 3 over 2. And this is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, 2 over 3 and 3 over 2, these two are reciprocals, so they simply cancel out, leaving me with x to the power of 1 is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. And x to the power of 1 is the same thing as x, so I get x is equal to 16 to the power of 3 over 2. However, we're not done yet, because we still have to simplify this. 16 to the power of 3 over 2 is the same thing as 4 squared to the power of 3 over 2. And again, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to 4 to the power of 3, and 4 to the power of 3 is equal to 64. So I get x is equal to 64. Now, I'm going to check to see if this is right. So my original equation was x to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16, and x is 64. So I get 64 to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. Now 64 is the same thing as 4 to the power of 3. So now I get 4 to the power of 3 to the power of 2 over 3 is equal to 16. Then these two cancel out, so I get 4 squared is equal to 16, and 4 squared is 16, so I get 16 is equal to 16. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be solving the equation x squared minus x to the power of 3 is equal to 12. So to start, our only variable is x in this equation. So I want to find the value of x. And for my solution, I'm going to first start by rewriting 12 as 4 plus 8. So I get x squared minus x to the power of 3 is equal to 4 plus 8. And the reason I did that was because 4 is the same thing as 2 squared, and 8 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3. So notice I have a number squared minus a number to the power of 3, and then I have a number squared plus that same number to the power of 3. Now I'm going to subtract 2 squared on both sides and 2 to the power of 3 on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and I get x squared minus x to the power of 3 minus 2 squared minus 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to group all the powers of 3's and the powers of 2's together. So I get x squared minus 2 squared minus x to the power of 3 plus 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 0. So if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So x squared minus 2 squared is going to equal x plus 2 times x minus 2. And now if I have something in the form a to the power of 3 plus b to the power of 3, this is going to equal a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. And these two properties are really important in algebra, so I would recommend memorizing them. So now I get x plus 2 times x minus 2 minus x plus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now notice how both of these terms have x plus 2 in them. So if I factor out x plus 2, I get x plus 2 times x minus 2 minus x squared minus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. And this turns into x plus 2 times x minus 2 minus x squared plus 2x minus 4 is equal to 0, which equals to x plus 2 times negative x squared plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0, which turns into x squared minus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Sorry, it's not. This is still negative x squared plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now from here, this gives me two equations. X plus 2 is equal to 0, and negative x squared plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. So for x plus 2 equals 0, I can subtract 2 on both sides, and I get x is equal to negative 2. Now for negative x squared plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0, now I can divide both sides by negative 1. So I get x squared minus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. So now to solve this quadratic equation, I can use the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So I get 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 4 times 1 times 6 all over 2a, so 2 times 1, which is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 24 over 2, which is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 15 over 2, which is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of 15 I over 2. So these are two other solutions to my equation.